Ah, the humble drunkard, staggering around your castle, slurring his words, laying flat on the floor, tankard in hand, and adding a whole lot of charm to your medieval mayhem. He didn't farm, he didn't fight, and he didn't benefit the economy of your castle in any way, and yet he made your castle feel alive. Today we're diving in a little piece of Stronghold history that's sadly been lost since Stronghold 1 and Crusader, the Drunkard, and how his disappearance along with the dumbing down of mothers and babies marked a turning point for the soul of the series. This isn't just about nostalgia, it's about immersion, personality, and what made Stronghold feel like a living, breathing medieval world. In the original Stronghold and its sandy sibling Stronghold Crusader, Drunkards were a staple of castle life. The game manual describes them as wobbling individuals who will appear when the inns are up and running, who stagger around in zigzag patterns and only stop to drink more ale. These guys didn't harvest crops, they didn't mine stone, they just drank, and it was brilliant.
Well, to be honest, after years of smoking and drinking, you do sometimes look at yourself and think.
Yep.
You know, just sometimes in between the first cigarette with coffee in the morning to that 400th glass of corner shop piss at 3 a.m. You do sometimes look at yourself and think.
Yep.
This is fantastic. I'm in heaven.
It was a tiny detail, but it brought huge immersion. All that ale you stockpiled, it didn't just make people happy, its effects were visually displayed by the amount of drunkards staggering around your castle. Your castle felt like a real place, not just a machine. The drunkard was the village clown, the fool, the spirit of Stronghold. He made your kingdom feel alive. Fast forward to Stronghold 2, and the drunkard, gone. Now taverns directly impact productivity. Workers still get drunk, but it affects how fast they work. So now you're managing a new balance, happiness versus efficiency.
I wish I could get drunk like everyone else. It just doesn't seem to affect me.
And okay, gameplay wise, that's kinda cool. It's more realistic. Alcohol makes people happy, but slows the grind, just like in real life. But in exchange for that realism, we lost something else. We lost the first of two non-productive NPCs, characters that weren't just there to serve gameplay, but to make the world feel full. With each entry after Stronghold 2, less workers seemed to head to the inn, making inns and your castle progressively less lively as the series progressed. In Legends, drunks were gone in the game, and in Stronghold Warlords, ale was replaced by tea, which produced no characters in relation to its consumption.
Ah, a bowl of tea. How civilized.
Stronghold may have been deeper mechanically, but after the loss of Drunkards in Stronghold 1 and Crusader, the inn just never seemed to gain as many customers, with Crusader 2's inns just a shell of what they were in the original entries.
Where is everybody? Come on, guys. We're gonna miss the migration. They left without me. They do this every year. Why? Doesn't anyone love me?
Another non-productive character that has been dumbed down throughout the series is Mother and Baby. In the original Stronghold manual, they were described like this: responsible for keeping the baby happy and making the house neat and tidy, whereas the baby cries and makes a mess. During sieges, they'd scream, they'd panic, they'd run for cover. It reminded you this wasn't just about walls and soldiers, this was about your people. You weren't just defending a castle, you were protecting lives.
The pigs' troops are attacking!
They didn't produce goods, they didn't protect your lord, they made you care. And after Stronghold 1, they began to regress. In Stronghold Crusader, the scream was present in missions but often absent in skirmish, and in Stronghold 2 it was gone altogether, with only crying remaining. And then in Stronghold 3, mothers no longer carried babies, and were just known as mothers. Screaming and running during sieges was also gone. And dear lord, raising children in Stronghold 3 sure does age you. Mothers look so old in this game.
These bones are old, you know.
Stronghold Crusader 2 and Legend, no mothers, no babies, no screams, no cries. There are no non-production characters in both these entries. Warlords, mothers and babies make a triumphant return for the first time since Stronghold 2. However, no crying, no running during a siege, and no screams. They feel like a shadow of their old selves, and are also voiced by a woman, making them lose that comedic charm seen in Stronghold 1, Crusader and 2.
Please, lower the taxes, lordship. I need to clothe my children.
Although it is a much more realistic touch.
Oh, it's you, Highness. I was daydreaming.
Characters with unique charms seem to be replaced by background noise. Without these unique and fully fleshed out so-called useless, non-productive characters, drunkards, mothers, babies, your castle starts to feel a lot less like home, and more like a factory. All economy, all efficiency, no heart. But that heart, that's what makes Stronghold special. We play Stronghold not just for the battles, but for the world building, for the drunken laughter, the crying babies, the screams during a siege, that remind us these are our people. So Firefly, if you're listening, as you're developing Stronghold Unreal, bring back the drunkards, bring back the babies and the mothers, bring back the humour, the humanity, and the chaos. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about castles, it's about the people inside them. So what do you think? Do you miss the drunkard? Do you think Firefly should bring back the screaming and crying mechanic for mothers and babies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and ring that bell icon for more deep dives into Stronghold content. Thanks for watching.